She is brilliant for women's tennis and tennis in general. I do fear for her, though, a little bit. At the beginning of the year, I actually did the Auckland tournament where she defended her title. And if you look at her results in the first 6 months of the year, fantastic. She was getting, even though she wasn't winning, to the end stages of the tournaments. Lots of semi-finals, lots of finals. She, of course, has a Roland Garros doubles title, doesn't she, with Katerina Siniakova. But I really worried for her at Wimbledon. I commentated on the match she lost to Emma Navarro, and the forehand broke down completely, and she had panic look in her eyes. She lost that match. Then she didn't do particularly well at the Paris Olympics, where she was playing singles, women's doubles and mixed doubles, and she didn't win the 15 matches she wanted to. And then, of course, nothing has really happened for her since. And I just think her game is not right there. She's not very confident at the moment. She's getting a lot of instruction for the team. I've been watching her at the US Open, doing a lot of practice on the forehand, but I just don't think she's going to win it again this year. Maybe next year.
Candy, that's concerning. You used the word fear there and used the word panic. That's concerning to hear about a player who's 20 years of age.
Yeah, she has it in their eyes. You can see, with as much tennis as I watch now, you can see when someone is not confident. And it's fine. When Coco Gauff's winning 4-1, 5-love, and she's just teeing off, then she's great. When the opponent starts to get a bit better and start testing the forehand, really attacking that side, that's when it breaks down. And it only takes 1 or 2 bad shots, say against Yulia Putintseva just recently. She actually lost to Putintseva, who represents Kazakhstan. And you could just tell that Coco did not believe she could win. She lost that match from 4-2 down. The wheels just completely fell off.
And she's in a different position now, isn't she? Because she's the one everyone wants to beat, amongst others. She's the reigning champion as well. Gauff could meet Aryna Sabalenka, many people's favourite in the semis, which would be a rematch of last year's final. Aryna won the Aussie Open again this year. She just won in Cincinnati. How much will she feel she has unfinished business, shall we say, against Gauff?
I think a lot, not just against Coco Gauff, but I think at the majors, because as we know, she's won a couple of Australian Open titles back-to-back, Sabalenka. She is the woman in form. And I think these courts, these balls will suit her. It's fast-paced in the US Open. It's a nice temperature. It's expected to be nice all week. I think a little bit of heat is good for the Sabalenka ball because we know she crushes it. If you ever see Aryna Sabalenka, she is in great form and her shape is great. She works with a guy called Jason Stacey, who's a mindset performance coach, not just an S&C coach. He's the full deal. She's got a great team around her. She is as strong as an ox. There is not one little extra bit of fat on her. She's just pure muscle. She hits the ball harder than any woman right now, and she's also in the best form.
Let's talk more about Iga Swiatek, the world #1, former US Open champ, as you said, Candy, 4-time French Open winner, still just 23 years of age, an amazing talent. She was seemingly unbeatable the first half of the year, but hasn't won since Roland Garros. What do you make of her form since claiming the French Open title?
Well, I think this year was all about winning on clay again. So she had Roland Garros. She also won the run-up as well, Madrid and Rome, beating Sabalenka in both the finals there. And I really think she wanted the Olympics. Her father was actually a rower in a previous Olympics. So the Olympics to Iga Swiatek and her family, I think, is actually if not more important than the majors, and particularly this year. We know that she fell, didn't we, in the semi-final to Zhang, and she was very, very tearful. She actually lost a lot of confidence in her backhand, which is her go-to shot. Made it up in the bronze medal match against Anna Karolina Schmedlova. So Iga Swiatek did finish with bronze, but I think that really hurt her. And she will be back in 4 years' time to play in LA, and then again, I think in 4 years' time to play in Brisbane, and make sure she gets that gold. I think the season now is going to be just about maintaining for Iga Swiatek. We saw her not really play much on the grass. She only played Wimbledon, didn't play a warm-up tournament. So she might just kind of shut it down. She's already qualified for the WTA Tour finale in Riyadh. It's going to be there, the first of 5 years there in the Middle East. And I think that's probably the one she'll go for. She'll put a lot of effort, of course, into the US Open, but I don't think it's going to make or break her season.